Well, welcome to another episode of Cooking in the Community Kitchen, where we cook delicious recipes and have flavorful conversations. My name is Judy Anderson, and I will be your host for today. I think we've got Valentine's Day right around the corner, and most of us think about sharing the love with that special person in our life. But today, I hope that you will give a very, very warm welcome to my guest, Lisa Moore, because she has shared the love of the community kitchen by volunteering with the Good Food Box for the past 9 years. So please do give a very warm welcome to my guest, Lisa Moore.
Thank you so much.
I am so excited about having you come and join us. So today's recipe is Creamsicle Cheesecake. And of course, we always call the recipe in the Good Food Box, it's going to be called Lisa's no-bake Creamsicle Cheesecake. And so what we have done is we're starting with 4 boxes, or the 250 gram of cream cheese, and I'll let you add this into here as well if you would like to. So the original recipe did call just for 900, but being left with a little kind of piece, well, you know, I was like shoveling that into my face pretty quickly, but I think it doesn't make a big difference in the cheesecake. So if you want to go ahead and open that up, and I will open this up. We're going to pop it into our mixer. Okay. And to our 4 boxes then of the cream cheese. Here's a knife if that helps.
Thank you.
And then we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of powdered sugar or icing sugar. And I did wash my hands, so I'm going to just use my finger like that to go ahead and to add that in here. And then we are going to whip this until it's really nice and creamy, probably about 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay.
Of course, if you don't have a stand-alone mixer, you're so welcome to use the beaters as well. And so to our cream cheese, and it was at room temperature because it's going to mix up way easier, if you would care please to add Jell-O. And the Jell-O was just a small box of Jell-O mixed in with 2/3 of a cup of boiling water. So we're going to add that. And then we're also going to add 2 cups, if you will, please, of the whipping cream that's already been whipped. Okay. And I tend to kind of like things on the sweeter side, so I did put 1/3 of a cup of the powdered sugar as well in with the whipping cream. And I'm going to get with the program here, and I'm going to zest up the orange, because that's the other thing that we need to go into our recipe to give it that really lovely zest. So if you would care, Lisa, I know that you are wonderful at multitasking as a woman and a mother. If you would care, please, to share with us how you actually came to the community kitchen.
Yes. So first of all, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome.
So about 9 years ago, I work for Synovus Energy. And about 9 years ago, shortly after I first started, they had a volunteer opportunity. And the team, I'm in supply chain, our team came, and we spent the afternoon volunteering here. And I was so impressed with the organization, how it was set up, how it gave back to the community, that when I went home and talked it over with my family, we'd been looking for an opportunity as a family for us to give back. And so at the time, my children were 9 and 11.
Oh, wow.
And so the next day I called Sunday and explained who I was and said I wanted to do it as a family outside of work. And you know what, it revolved from there. And so since then we have one night a week, or sorry, one night a month from September until June. Right. And so it's myself, my family, and then we just invite like 15 of our closest friends to come and join us, and you know, it's been great.
And an incredible time then too about building relationships with that group of people, having a little time to socialize. And so in your background, did your parents also, were they really supportive of volunteering in their community or in their church or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. My parents were always big into giving back, and sports was always a big thing, and my parents always had billets that were staying with us. My brother had moved out young to play hockey, and so he was billeted, and it was just always really important to give back. At holidays, I was always surprised how many people were going to be at our house, because, you know, if my parents heard if anybody was by themselves or, you know, was away from their family, we would always have tons of people for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, or so, you know, you just do how you grew up, right?
Well, we must be then maybe perhaps sisters from another mister, because people that have watched the show realize that I kind of maybe tend to cook in large quantities, never knowing quite who will come. And so it is a wonderful way, I think, to express and share our love is through cooking. And I did actually find this at the dollar store of all places, but it does say, cooking is love you can taste.
Oh, I love that.
And I mean, it just doesn't get too much better than that, right? I think for me, it is definitely part of the love language. And I know that being able to share and give back to my family and friends, that definitely puts me in my happy place as well. So I have zested one orange.
Okay.
And you can use a box grater or hand grater. It's not going to matter. It's just to give us, it's all about these beautiful flavors. And so my husband, when I made this recipe, he thought it could be just a little orangier.
Oh, okay.
So, and I understand that when you smell oranges, that it just makes you feel like Disneyland.
It does.
So, I mean, we want to go right to Disneyland,
Perfect.
right? So I am going to put in just 3 drops of orange extract. And so we will add that into our mixture. And then I think if you want to give that one final little blitz,
Okay.
will be just absolutely perfect. We'll take the lid off, and then that's the best part, is being able to sample, right? Here you go, my dear.
Thank you.
Get right in there. Where's the best part, right?
That's good.
Are we talking about Disneyland now? Or maybe Disney World?
That is wonderful.
Well, then that is just perfect. So then what we're going to do is just gently fold this into a crust. And so I use cooked gluten-free, so I use the Kin and Kick, and I probably haven't pronounced that right, but I use the s'mores that were crushed and made the crust. Otherwise, the Oreo is lovely as well. And as we started back filming in the new year, we talked about trying to keep things a little bit simple and simplify our lives. And so there isn't anything wrong either if you don't have a pan or you don't have the time to make your crumbs, and it was just crumbs and a cup of crumbs and a 1/4 cup of melted butter, a ready-made
Perfect.
pie shell. There's going to be no problem with that as well. So we're just going to take this off. I think you will all agree with me that the past 2 years have been filled with many challenges, and never before have we seen so many Calgarians, 1 in 10, face the tough decision between paying rent or purchasing groceries. The Community Kitchen has provided the Good Food Box program for 20+ years, and this program offers boxes of fresh fruits and vegetables at affordable pricing, up to 50% less than the retail. Plus, you are supporting local, our non-for-profit Community Kitchen, as well as our produce wholesalers. Please take a moment to check out our website, ckpcalgary.ca, to order your Good Food Box from a depot close to your home or your work. And for further information on the Community Kitchen, please give us a call. Together, we can reduce hunger in our city. From our CKP family to you and yours, thank you for your support. It was always in our family who got to lick the beaters, right? That was always the game. So we'll just set them there aside for a moment. And then let's just pour this in. What about if I be the holder and
Okay.
you be the pourer?
Oh, this looks amazing.
Well, I hope it's
How is
looking good
that?
enough that people are going to think, ooh, I do want to make that.
That looks awesome.
And of course, you know, you can always do this individually as well, in some ramekins or in some small little
Like
jars.
smaller ones, right?
Absolutely. And especially at this time when, you know, people aren't quite so crazy about sharing items.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
I think that you've done a great job. Thank you so much.
There, that looks awesome.
And so then this is going to go into the freezer then for about that 12 to 18 hours. Well, I also love the magic of filming, that we can put a chocolate wafer crust in a springform pan, and by some magic it comes out of the
Turns into a
freezer
heart.
into a heart. So we are going to just share the love one more time with our dessert that is just in a heart shape. Just gives it just that little extra something special. Oh,
Looks
I did.
beautiful.
We lost the end of the heart. Oh well, we're not going to worry about that. So to this, I think it does need just a smidge of garnish. So perhaps just a bit of the lemon zest on here and around our plate. And then this is was my attempt at orange flowers. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to put the two of them here.
Oh, that's adorable.
And then I think we'll just make one together, and we'll just see how this goes. So, you know, here's hoping, right? So we're just going to take the orange with a fairly sharp knife and just stay as close to the peel as we possibly can. And then I'm trying to do this all in one piece, so we'll see what happens. It's lucky that the oranges come in bulk with the Good Food box, because I did have a few practice oranges on the go there the last couple of days. So here we go. So we're just going to take this and start with our center and roll it up. And the one looked better from the back side and one looked better from the front side. So
I think it looks great.
I think this looks pretty good like that. And then perhaps we'll add just a little bit of, I've got some rosemary here just to give it a little bit of something green to perhaps make it look like it is a little alive. Sprigs of rosemary in there. And then I think it does need a few strawberries, right?
Yep.
Because we are getting close to Valentine's Day. Add a little bit of extra color.
It looks wonderful.
Well, let's hope that it not only just looks wonderful, but that it will taste wonderful. Well, I think this is one of my most favorite times also of our filming, when we actually get to have a little taste of our hard work, right? It's like one of those ads where you've got the flour and you, oh boy, I've slaved and slaved. So I don't know, maybe we'll just cut it this way. I think it's going to be just fine. And then we just want you to have a couple of tastes. That way we won't wreck our decoration. And we'll just get this going like that. And it is quite rich with all the cream cheese. Now, if Sunday was here, our CEO, of course, she's from Sweden and loves whipping cream. And so she would be insisting that we add more whipping cream on this and a little bit of zest. But since it's just you and I think we are going to enjoy this just the way it's going to come. Pardon my fingers there.
Thank you.
All right. There we go. Well, let's just see what we think. Disneyland,
That is so good.
Perfect, perfect.
It's wonderful.
Well, I would like to share too just a little bit about the importance of volunteers for the community kitchen. Last year we had 2,047 volunteers come, and if we even paid all of these people minimum wage, it's $77,000. So I think that volunteering, as we share our heart with people too, that we won't necessarily ever even meet, right? That we are doing it just out of the act of kindness and service, it's really, really is close to my heart. And I can't thank you enough also for encouraging your children as well as your friends to be involved, because I think that it's so important as a role model to teach our children that we have to give back. And so I want to just lift our glasses and cheers to volunteering.
Thank you.
It is so appreciated.
Thank you.
And also, on behalf of the community kitchen, we have just a little share the love with you as you've shared with us. And so, yeah, by all means, open it up. You can.
Oh, this is so kind to you. Aw. Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Well, I think you really are the epitome of a volunteer extraordinaire, and we couldn't run the community kitchen and our Good Food Box without the dedication of volunteers like yourself. And so we thank you so, so much.
Oh, thank you so much. This is so lovely.
You are so, so welcome. And you know what? I think just before we go, Lisa has an amazing story to share. And I think as we think of some people that are special in our lives, you shared about your daughter was going to ask a certain fellow to come and join you volunteering. And please just share how this all went.
So as I had said at the beginning, we started volunteering when my children were 9 and 11.
Yes.
So both of my children had their very first dates at here volunteering,
okay.
Which was great because I feel like it was exciting for my husband and I. We got to see them on their very first dates. But it was great because they would always bring their friends. And I think my daughter was about 15, and she was smitten on somebody at school, and so she had asked if she could invite this person to come to volunteering, and I said yes, absolutely. So when she came home, I said, so did you ask him, is he coming volunteering with us? And she's like, Mom, you will never believe what he said. And I'm like, what? And she said, he looked at me and said, I don't volunteer.
Oh.
And I said, ah. And she goes, who says that? Who says they don't volunteer? And I'm like, I don't know. I go, what did you say to him? She said, I said, bye.
All right. Well, that's such an incredible story. So I guess with that, well, we will say goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We look forward to having you join us next month. And again, I thank you, Lisa, for joining me today as we share Creamsicle Cheesecake, and we hope that you will stay well and healthy. And from our CKP family to you and yours, take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right.
And thank you for making me cry.
And it wasn't even a nasty one.
Hi, I'm Sunday Nordine, CEO of Community Kitchen. Thank you for watching this episode of Cooking in the Community Kitchen. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a recipe. And if you'd like to learn more about our programs or would like to make a donation, please visit us at ckpcalgary.ca.